Hey guys, welcome back again. This is Dr. Wambua and my brother Henry. So we are both great farmers of Pixie mandarins and oranges and all sort of citrus fruits. And there has been a great demand. You know, a lot of people have been asking for a video covering diseases on citrus plants. And that is exactly what we're going to be doing today. And today we are in our farm. Most of it is very well taken care of, but you cannot avoid diseases at times. So we're going to show you a very good example of one of the plants that has been very difficult to manage. It has multiple diseases, and you can see for yourself, and we will share all that we know about how to treat it and take care of it.
Hi, my name is Grace. I am in 4th grade and I will be helping my dad film the footage and edit some videos.
So I want to show you guys where our farm is. It is in Kenya, Ukambani to be specific. We call it ukambani.com agro farm, and I want to fly you there. So let's see. All right, so that right there is our farm. And if I may expand this a little bit, you can see all the citrus trees in the farm. The farm is divided into many different portions, so there's just scattered everywhere. Basically, everywhere you go in this area is just citrus. Look at that. This is citrus right here. Anywhere you go, you expand a little bit. These are mangoes, these are citrus. Anywhere, the entire place. All these are citrus, these are mangoes. And if you zoom out and go even kilometers away from there and try to expand a little bit, all that you see is either mangoes or citrus right there. So yeah, that is our place. In the last video that I made, I showed you guys a little bit of my backyard garden and a little bit of our neighborhood and here in Atlanta, and there was a lot of comments in the video saying that, oh, show us a little bit more. So as a bonus today, at the end of the video, I will drive you through our neighborhood. Like I said, it's in Atlanta, Georgia. And it is a very beautiful neighborhood. And in Atlanta, you have these neighborhoods that are not like drawn in squares. It's kind of like winding. So it's a very interesting design of neighborhoods. And so, yeah, I will drive you through around this part right here, and you can see for yourself. It makes the video a little bit longer, but I think it's just something like extra to spice it up.
Pixie farming and Pixie mandarins have had a great demand in the country due to their sweetness and their natural production. The production is still going higher, and we hope to keep adding value to the fruit. Pixie farming is highly affected by diseases that affect fruits in the tropical areas. For example, the fruit I'm holding has a lot of black soot. And this black soot, it's a fungal disease. It's brought about by fungi. So if you look at it, if you look at the leaves, there's this black soot that can manually or physically be removed, but it requires some spraying. Locally, we spray fungicide called Ridomil, although Ridomil could be a local name. And Ridomil controls both this black soot, this whitish stuff behind the leaves, because this one always comes behind leaves, and this is actually what brings about, or is the breeding ground for white aphids.
Okay, so like Henry is mentioning, this is a fungal disease.
Yes.
So look at that. Look at this. This orange inside is actually yellow, but on the outside is actually black. So that is a fungus. And that's what he mentioned, that we use fungicides to control the fungus growth. There are lots of different fungicides that go by different trade names, But if you go to your local shop and look for fungicides, like you mentioned, it could be Ridomil or it could go by a different name, then then that could possibly take care of this kind of disease.
Before we leave this, I would also like to mention the fact that we control this because if you look at it, then this black soot covers all the stomata that the leaf has. So if you clean it, then the tree will be able to breathe afresh again.
So this is pretty much like your nose, right? The leaves are the ones that hold the stomata, and that's how the plant is able to release release oxygen and take in carbon dioxide. So if somebody holds your nose, then obviously you're going to have trouble, and that's why it's necessary to get rid of this black soot.
Thank you. Up here is another fungi infection. Again, a breeding ground for aphids or whiteflies, aphids and whiteflies. And this is the initial stage. This is the first stage. In the second or third stage, it will have honey-like production, and it is this honey that black ants will invade and start eating. And the best fungicides are powdery. If you get a powdery fungicide, it will work miracles.
So where did you say the honey comes from?
Okay, this stuff, okay, you understand that fungi are organisms, so they excrete some kind of honey.
Some kind of sweet substance.
Some sweet substance.
So that's what those ants are coming there to feast on.
Yes.
And look at this. It's not just one of the leaves, but the new leaves look fresh and clean. Oh, not even this.
Yeah.
Because this has it. This one too has a bunch of it. Look at that. It's so messy. Let me just move it so that you guys can see clearly what I'm talking about. Okay, look at this. Yeah, that's definitely problematic. And you can see this is a plant that is already carrying like small fruits. It has some flowers in some circumstances. It has large fruits like this, and it has like medium-sized fruits. This is a Pixie mandarin, for your information. So it's probably carrying not less than 200 kilograms of pixies. Think about that. That's 30,000 shillings if you're selling a farm gate price of 150. With a plant like this, it's a huge investment. Like I'm saying, look at this. This by itself is almost a kilo, right? You go around this plant is the same thing, right? So the whole entire plant, and this is not a very old plant, I would say it's about 7-8 years old. It has the capability to produce 300 kilograms. But as it is, we probably only have 150 to 200 kilograms on this plant. If it is well taken care of without all these diseases, you can easily get to 300 kilos.
If you look at this branch, it's dry. This dry branch is caused by dieback. And this dieback is caused by, the dieback is brought about by lack of micronutrients, especially boron. Boron is one very important micronutrient in citrus fruits. And it is the one that causes, the lack of boron causes this dieback. And if you're not careful, the more the branches you have, the more fruits you have. And a good example is a branch that I'm getting here. If you look at this branch, formerly it had a fruit. But because of lack of boron, then when the fruit was taken away, or when the fruit was harvested, then the branch died back. So that is a loss to the farmer. That can be addressed by spraying locally bought micronutrients. There is one that goes by the name Solubor. You can spray Magbo zinc because it has boron in it. It has magnesium. It has zinc, because those ones help in stopping this dieback and helping, of course, the fruits get stronger. You can also spray Calbo zinc. It is equally good, and that is great loss because you can even find another fruit that has a branch that has died back after the fruit has been harvested. It's a menace for a farmer who doesn't know how to control these things.
So that's almost 5 branches that you've picked out from there.
Yeah,
So
sure.
that was 1, that is 2, that is 3, that is 4, that's a 5th one. And now think about it. The reason why we're telling you it's important to control some of these things, those are 5 branches, and each branch has capability to carry this much. A kilo, that's 600 shillings gone, just like that. All right, so we're going to continue. We'll go back and see what else we have over here. Oh, this is another thing that is not related to diseases, but I wanted to point out. You see this? This has thorns, right? This branch has thorns. And look at where it actually surfaced from, almost at the ground. So this tree was grafted at around this point, okay? But anything that comes out below it is actually from the rootstock of that tree. So this, if you leave it, is just going to end up being a lemon. So we definitely want to control that because we want to grow pixies. We are not here to grow lemons. And if anything, that lemon sucker, as we call it, is going to draw nutrients from the tree itself. And you can see it's already actually getting sick.
It's important to point out that the lemon tree is easily attacked by diseases more than the pixie tree. And for example, if you look at this leaf, this leaf already has the leaf miner. If you keenly look at it, it has been affected by the leaf miner. And actually the leaf miner can be found if you scrutinize the leaf very carefully. You will find, and if your eyes are very good, you'll find the miner just moving.
So Henry, can you explain a little bit more about what you mean by a leaf miner?
A leaf miner is an insect that attacks leaves. And once it attacks the leaf, it penetrates behind the cuticle. I'm not sure the name is the cuticle. Behind the cuticle of the leaf, and it keeps on eating parts of the leaf from inside. And this is what it does to a leaf.
What does the leaf look like after it has been affected or it has been infected by leaf miners?
This is exactly how it looks like. If you look at it, you can see the cuticle has been separated from the rest of the leaf because the small insect has been moving inside.
It goes inside. Okay,
flesh.
so this is really interesting.
Yes.
The leaf miner, it goes inside the surface of the leaf and eats the leaf from inside. And sometimes you might go out and you see a plant and it has things that look like it's been drawn around it, and that is the leaf miner. The surface of the leaf looks nice, but on the inside the leaf has already been eaten up. So, and like we understand that photosynthesis is happening in the leaf. If we don't have healthy leaves, then obviously we're not going to have a healthy plant.
Exactly. Mentioning of healthy leaves, I would like to draw your attention to this other leaf here. If you look at this leaf, it is completely deformed. It is completely deformed for 2 reasons. One, it is because of the leaf miner. If you look at it, you can see that it has been affected by a leaf miner. Secondly, it is deformed because it lacks certain important micronutrients. And majorly still, this is the effect of lack of boron. Lack of boron will make your leaves deformed, and that way they will have less energy to feed your plant, or less breathing will take place. This is still black soot.
Oh, that's pretty bad.
Stomata. It covers both the stomata, the branch, and the fruits. That has been shown before. That's black soot, fungi costs. If you look at this branch here, you see it was a growing branch, but it has already lost 2 leaves. The remaining leaves are not as healthy. If you look at them, they are yellowing. This yellowing is caused by lack of boron, as a micronutrient. So if you spray your tree with your citrus tree with boron, then you will be safe enough. You will not see this dieback attacking your leaves anymore.
One thing that we've not covered, Henry.
Yes.
How do we control leaf miner?
We control leaf miner by spraying the required pesticide. I'd like you to zoom around this leaf so that we talk about this. This is a citrus canker. Citrus canker attacks leaves and fruits, and it creates black spots, and the black spots feed around the rest of the fruit and the rest of the leaf. At least this is a leaf that has a citrus canker. Citrus canker is treated by spraying copper-based fungicides. Whichever you can use blue copper or red copper, but whichever copper-based fungicide that you're going to spray is going to control this one. It affects leaves, and once a leaf is affected and it goes yellow, then finally that leaf falls off.
Let's find a fruit that has citrus canker. We didn't find any one of the Pixie mandarins with citrus canker, but we found one Washington navel. This is a Washington navel, like the normal oranges. That's what we call them, and Henry is going to show you.
Yeah, so this, if you look at this fruit, it's already fallen due to citrus canker. Now this is the part that citrus canker affected, and the part gets so hard. Citrus canker, or whichever part is infected, sucks sap from the fruit, and that is the reason why if sap is sucked, you know, a fruit attaches to the mother plant by sap, because this is the feeding point of a fruit. So the moment sap is sucked from this part and the rest of the fruit ends up falling. Now this part becomes so hard, and consuming the fruit becomes a problem. It may not affect so much of the inside, but the part that is hard is always not good with customers, and it's generally the fruit has bad presentation. Again, this one is one of the highest causes of falling off of fruits. You'll find a tree that produces around 200 kilograms. If citrus canker is not controlled, you'll lose around 100 kilograms from the same. Same thing here. This is a young Washington navel fruit that is affected by citrus canker. Although the part is so small, it may not be so visible, but it has ended falling. It has ended up falling off. So this fruit has been affected by citrus canker. If you could zoom, you could see that the fruit has been affected by citrus canker. If you look at it, next to it was another fruit, but it fell off, definitely because of citrus canker. Because citrus canker is spread through rain. Once rain falls on a fruit that has citrus canker, the next fruit definitely gets it, because it gets spread through the splashing of rainwater. So definitely this one has spread to the fruits and the leaves due to the splashing of rainwater. Now I have another fruit here, and this one is Pixie mandarin. Now this Pixie mandarin has fallen off, and the reason is it has burst and exposed the inside and then fallen off. The reason for this is a lack of calcium. Calcium is a micronutrient that fruit trees require very highly. So if the plant lacks calcium, the fruits are going to burst and fall off, like this one has done. That is lack of calcium.
Henry,
yes,
I've heard a lot of farmers say that when it rains,
yes,
the fruits burst. Is that true?
Yes, it's true. And most farmers think that that is because of fast intake of water, but that is not the case. The case is the fruits lack calcium, and they should ask themselves, if that single fruit bursts and the fruit next to it does not burst, what makes a single fruit burst? Because probably it got less share of calcium than the other tree. Than the other fruits. So this is caused by simply lack of a farmer failing to, or it's caused by a farmer failing to spray micronutrients, majorly calcium.
Okay, so
yes,
what does calcium do to the bark?
calcium
the
gives the
outside
bark
of
some stability, some sort of stability
the skin,
in such a
right?
way that even if it bulges fast, it is still stable enough, resilient enough to keep on bulging.
Because when it rains, the fruit is going to get extra water.
Exactly.
And the outside cover of the fruit needs to be firm enough to be able to take in that pressure. If it is not, bursts.
Now, in case you fail to spray your fruits with pesticides, they'll end up attacked by pests. And a good example is this fruit that has just fallen off. This fruit is a Washington navel orange, and it is not very different from Pixie mandarin. And it gets affected because this part has been infected by a pest. If you cut across the fruit longitudinally or whichever way, you'll find a certain sort of a caterpillar inside. And this is its entry point. This is one of the weaknesses of Washington navel oranges, that it is taken away by the crossing that brings about the Pixie mandarin. So this weakness is majorly found in Washington navel oranges. Now, this other fruit has also fallen off, and this is majorly because of the fruit fly. You know, fruit flies. If once a fruit fly affects your fruit or makes a bore on your fruit, then that fruit ends up rotting and it ends up falling off.
A lot of people ask me, oh, so what is the difference between a Washington navel and a Pixie mandarin? And here we are right in front of a Pixie mandarin tree, and we brought the deceased Washington navel from the other tree. And I want to show that to you. Let me pluck one of these Pixie mandarins. These are all ripe fruits. Okay, so this is the bark of a Pixie mandarin and the bark of a Washington navel. So see, what Henry was pointing to you is that the Washington navel actually has a navel, just like you do. And this, as he said, is a weakness of this fruit because it's an entry point of a lot of diseases. If you look at the Pixie mandarin, it is flat at the bottom, or there is no navel at the bottom. So this protects it from a lot of diseases, and that is why it's such a resilient plant and has found a lot of widespread use in the country. The other thing is obvious. The size of the Washington navel is much, much bigger than the size of a Pixie mandarin. A really important difference between these two fruits is that this is very shelf stable. This fruit can be on the shelf for 3-4 weeks without spoiling, but a Washington navel, no way. So it does have that navel at the very back. Yes. Even that one that you're holding looks like it has a navel at the back. But it's forgotten. All right, so we'll go look at the difference between a Washington navel, a tangerine, and a Pixie mandarin.
Yeah, sure. This is a tangerine. Pixie mandarin has some characteristics of tangerine because tangerine is very orange from the inside, unlike Washington navel. And it also has characteristics of the Washington navel because it has a smooth skin compared to the rough skin of the tangerine. The placenta is very tight in the case of the Pixie mandarin.
Okay, as
just like that one of Washington navel.
Okay.
Unlike tangerine, a tangerine has a very spacious placenta. If you cut it, you'll realize that tangerine has a very big space from the inside compared to a Pixie mandarin that has no space, and the Washington navel orange that has little space, sometimes even none. So this
Pixie mandarin takes after it kind of takes the best of the two, the Washington navel and the tangerine. Personally, I have to say and admit that I love tangerines more than I do any other citrus because of their sweetness, easiness to peel, and just the fact that they smell really, really, really good to me. But I know some people that really love the smell of Pixie mandarins too.
Yeah, sure. The other thing that you need to note is that a tangerine has very short shelf life.
Okay.
3-4 days,
You
it's
gone.
done. Washington navel will take some time because of its very big back, because it has a very fleshy peel.
Which one do you say of these three is the sweetest?
Nothing compares to the Pixie mandarin when it comes to sweetness.
No wonder people are falling for them.
Yes. Now this is the effect of Gummosis. This fruit tree has been affected by Gummosis, and Gummosis enters through the tree branch,
You
the
can look at
stem.
the camera.
Yeah, it enters through the stem, and this is what it does to a tree. This part is now dry, and this dry bit will continue through the entire tree, both upwards and downwards. One major weakness or one major entry point of Gummosis is the joint, where the tree was joined with the mother plant or where the tree was joined with the rootstock.
The graft position.
The graft position, exactly.
Okay.
If you look at this tree, the part I'm holding shows clearly that this is the rootstock and this is the scion. So this is especially the entry point of Gummosis. Now this one happens to be here because of this cut off here that the farmer probably cut off. So it's part of the entry of Gummosis. Gummosis causes dieback of a tree. The entire tree will just dry off.
So what causes Gummosis?
Gummosis is a fungi caused, or it's fungus caused. So it's caused by fungus generally.
Yeah, how can you control it?
We can control it by spraying copper-based fungicides, green cop. If it's green copper, blue copper, red copper, one of the three. As long as the fungicide contains copper, then you're good to go.
Okay, so I've seen some trees with a big lump or a mass
Yes.
of soft tissue looking like thing, like slimy tissue looking like thing. Is that Gummosis?
That is Gummosis.
Is it true? Oh, go ahead, sorry.
Gummosis, once the tree comes to the point of dying, it produces some sap around this place because the fungi sucks sap from the tree, and it produces sap that is you're talking about is sticky, and that is the final stage of Gummosis. That way, the tree will end up dead.
Okay, so here is another question.
Yes.
I've had a lot of farmers say that every time that they hurt a tree, like there's maybe they're farming around the tree and they poke around the tree and things like that, they hurt it, it's going to get Gummosis.
Yes.
Is that something that is caused by the fact that once you hurt a tree, it's a good entry point for fungus? Or is it true that physical injury to a tree causes Gummosis?
Good question. The grafting point, we said, is the major entry. But once the grafting point is too low, then that is more riskier for Gummosis, because Gummosis affects the fruit tree, the part that has Pixie mandarin. It will never affect the rootstock, that is lemon. So once the grafting point is lower, then the risks of injuring that part are easier. And once the part is injured, that way Gummosis enters.
So injury is not the cause of Gummosis,
Yes.
but injury to a tree causes fungus to easily get into the tree and
That's
then
it.
cause Gummosis.
That's it.
Correct?
Yes. This tree has been affected by scales. Scales attach themselves on both the stem and under the leaves, and sometimes on the fruits. So in this case, they are under the leaves. You can see them. But the good thing is that the farmer has fully controlled them, and these scales are dead, so they cannot further affect the tree. Others are on the stem. If you can zoom and see that. If you look at the stem, you can see it's affected by scales. Now, scales are sap-sucking insects. They suck the sap from the tree and they dry off the tree. The tree will never perform well. The tree will never have good fruit because scales even affect the entire fruit. They'll attach themselves on the fruit as long as they suck sap from the fruit. And once sap is sucked from the fruit, then the fruit ends up falling off. Scales are controlled using pesticides because they are pests. They are controlled using pesticides, and that way, if you use the recommended pesticide, then you will be done with scales. But they are one major cause of the dieback and lack of production in Pixie mandarin farming.
I also wanted to let you guys know that we are proud to be a leading producer of citrus seedlings. So this includes Washington navels, Pixie mandarins, smooth, lemon, lime, and many other varieties. And what really sets us apart from the other guys that also try to produce seedlings is our scientific approach. So we use advanced techniques to select for seeds and grafts, and this ensures healthy plants and maximum yield. Plus, of course, our support doesn't just stop after planting. We guide you guys and all growers that we are associated with all the way to harvest, helping manage diseases and build successful orchards. So if you are looking for quality seedlings with experts to support you, please contact us and we'll be here for you guys and happy to assist in any way possible. That's all that we really wanted to cover today. It is a short film, but we hope it has been filled with information that you can borrow from, that you can benefit from if you are a Pixie farmer or you are an upcoming citrus farmer or somebody who is aspiring to do some of these kind of things. So we hope that you've enjoyed it. If you can, please go ahead and subscribe. We always like sharing. So some of you guys were like, oh, Dr. Wambua, show us neighborhood yenu uko majuu. So I'm going to drive you around for a minute or two and then you can see for yourself. Alright, tuanzie hapo. So ni neighbor yetu kutoka Vietnam. Huyo ni kutoka Korea. Then kuna huyo from where? India, I think. Then as you proceed, it's from a lot of people from different nationalities here. And I'm getting to a point which we call cul-de-sacs. And a cul-de-sac is just basically where there is like a circle, and from that you turn back. Okay, hiyo nyumba imeuzwa tu like a month ago or something like that for about $600,000. Saizi zimepanda kidogo. But they're still considered affordable for this kind of neighborhood. Well, not that affordable for a lot of people, but if you have the means and the funds, then you are able to buy. So this is another area too, another wing. So I'm gonna turn right here and just showcase you a few more of these houses. Alright, so we are coming up to another cul-de-sac here. Basically like a little roundabout. And most of these people are our friends actually. So that is one more. Let me see if I can take you to another wing. Are you coming up to a stop sign here? Complete stop in our neighborhoods. And I'll try to take you guys down to another little wing over there. So this neighborhood has, I believe, 122 homes. And most of them were built around 1990. the US housing market is very interesting. So you'll find that young families will always seek the best of the public schools because those are quote unquote free. But the best public schools are going to be in extremely expensive neighborhoods. So you can find that a house like this is going to cost maybe 300,000, 400,000 somewhere in a neighborhood without a grade school. But in a neighborhood with a grade school like this one, it's going to cost $600,000, $700,000. So then young families move into these sort of neighborhoods if they can afford them. And then eventually when their kids grow out of elementary school or middle school or high school, then they move into either cheaper neighborhoods or even better neighborhoods, depending on how much money they have at the time. So pretty interesting, much less like what we see in the Kenyan market, where the affluent usually take their kids into private schools and the neighborhood is really not connected or attached to whatever kind of school you're going to be in. So I hope you've enjoyed the little tour around here. That's our neighborhood. Make sure to subscribe. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Henry.
Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.